No, it's great. Novak, obviously, congratulations on this latest landmark, most weeks at #1. I just want to start by asking you, when you've amassed so many milestones in your career, how does this one feel special?
I think this achievement is something that I dreamt of when I was a kid, starting to play tennis, and it's kind of a tribute to the love and commitment that I have for the sport. And I hope that I can, keep going and playing at this level, because the thirst of competition and being part of the professional tennis world is still there. But I don't feel that this is only my success. I have to mention that the support and the strength and the power that I got from people that are closest to me in my life, my family, my entourage, my country, really over the years has been a crucial and essential factor into this achievement. And I probably still am not aware fully of what this represents, and because I'm kind of still that little kid with a tennis racket that is excited to go on to a next challenge and play the next tournament, and that drive and motivation is still there, which is wonderful to feel.
Yes.
But at the same time, of course, being part of the history of the sport that I truly love and I'm very passionate about is a huge honor and a privilege. And to stand alongside all the tennis history greats is something that I always dreamed of and that I truly respect and appreciate. So I'm, of course, very, very joyful and happy at the moment.
Right. Novak, you mentioned your country, and I wanted to ask you about that journey, because how difficult was it for you coming up in a country like Serbia with all the turmoil, and also perhaps not with the kind of resources that some of your other peers would have had growing up and playing tennis, and to get to where you are? How tough was that?
Well, I think we all go through different hardships in our life, different trials and tribulations, so to say. My journey was not easy, of course. I don't want to complain about things, but it made me stronger in a way. Of course, during '90s, when I was a little boy, I grabbed the racket when I think it was '91 or '92, first time when I was 4 or 5. And then, we had 2 different wars during '90s, and sanctions and embargo, and just a very difficult time. Growing up in the war-torn country was a challenge for my parents, for me. I think more for my parents, because they had to, take the responsibility to deal with our family's everyday life and demands, and it was not easy. Also, me asking from my parents to support me in the sport that is a very expensive sport, that didn't have any history or tradition in our country prior to the maybe last decade or so. But it did definitely made me even more hungry, even more motivated to actually make a statement on the world tennis stage, and to represent my country, and to be able, through sport that speaks a universal language, to
Yes.
in a way send a message of peace and love and passion and joy. And back in 2011, when I achieved my dreams of winning Wimbledon and becoming first time the world's #1 tennis player, I came back to my country, and what I have experienced in this celebration with my people here was something that I will remember forever and be eternally grateful for that, because that's when I think it hit me for the first time. And then I realized that my success, that everything I do is not for myself, but it's far beyond that. It's much greater than that, that there's a nation behind me that, relies on, in a way, my success and wants me to do well. So since then, I feel that my attention and my consciousness, about what I do has shifted and has gained a different proportion.